We are living in the end times. The Marian prophecies are coming true, and no one is telling us. Listen closely. There's no more time for half measures. These prophecies are no longer distant warnings. They have become news. The signs the Virgin Mary has been announcing for decades are now happening all around us. Signs in the sky, wars multiplying, nations hating one another, a divided church, a cooling of faith, technology replacing God, sin no longer seen as sin. It's all here. Now, this video is not an opinion. It's a journey into those heavenly messages that, from Fatima to Medjugorje, point to one specific time, ours. Why are we in the end times? What should we expect? Which signs are happening right now? And most importantly, how should we live? Many think the end times are just for fanatics. But at Fatima, Salette, Garabandal, and Medjugorje, the Virgin never spoke of the end of the world. She spoke of the end of an era, of purification, of a great spiritual battle. She spoke of chastisements, of secrets, of a warning, a miracle, a time of peace. But everything will pass through the fire, and that fire has already begun to burn. The end times have already begun. And if you still doubt, listen closely to what happened over a century ago in a small Portuguese village. A heavenly voice spoke to the world, and that message continues to unfold day by day. Fatima is not just a memory. It is the key to understanding what we're living through right now. In 1917 at Fatima, 3 illiterate children received a message that would change history. Mary said, "If humanity does not convert, a worse war will come." And then came World War II. She said, "Russia will spread her errors throughout the world." And communism spread. She said, "The Holy Father will have much to suffer." And John Paul II was shot on May 13th, the feast of Our Lady of Fatima. But there's another detail. The vision of the third secret. A bishop dressed in white walking through the ruins of a city and falling under gunfire. An apocalyptic scene. Some say it has already happened. Others say it is still to come. Fatima speaks of a time when sin will reign, when faith will be despised, but also of a time when the Immaculate Heart of Mary will triumph. This is the time of battle, and those who fight must know the enemy, recognize the signs, and remain steadfast. Salette shows us what happens when the light seems to go out. It warns us of the greatest danger, a church without truth, a faith without the cross. If Fatima awakens us, Salette shakes us, and it calls us to resist right now. At Salette, Mary told 2 shepherd children, "Rome will lose the faith and become the seat of the Antichrist," words that shake the soul. And today we see priests denying hell, bishops blessing sin, cardinals opposing each other. Is this the faith that saves? Mary spoke of an eclipsed church, and in an eclipse, the light seems to disappear, but it's not gone. The sun is still there. That is our hope. But hope is not enough. We must resist. And it is precisely here that Garabandal shows us the next stage. After the eclipse comes the sign. After the confusion, a clear call. There, the Virgin spoke of the warning, the miracle, and the chastisement. As if after the night, there would be a flash, a final opportunity, a time of decision. At Garabandal, the Virgin described 3 events: the warning, the miracle, the chastisement. She said that after one pope, only 3 more would remain, and then the end times would begin. That time, by all counts, is now. Benedict XVI was the last of that list. Francis opened a new era. Now we have Leo XIV, a pope from afar, a praying man, one who calls us to entrust ourselves to Mary. And what about Medjugorje? There, Mary said, "I have come to call the world to conversion for the last time. After this, I will no longer appear on earth. These are my final apparitions." She entrusted 10 secrets to the visionaries. Father Petar Ljubicic has been chosen to announce them to the world 3 days before they unfold. This means the secrets are not symbolic or distant. They are concrete events with a set time, and that time is connected to this generation. If we already know who will reveal them, it means the time is near. This is not theory. It's reality, and that changes everything. If the name is known, the time has already been set. Everything is ready. We are that generation. You can no longer say, "Maybe it won't happen to us." It will. The Church has not yet officially recognized the apparitions of Medjugorje true. But just months ago, the Church confirmed that the initial messages are unquestionably authentic. What does this mean? It means this is not fantasy. Heaven has already spoken. Truth has already descended among us. And if Mary chose this moment to speak, it's because we are already living the end times. It is no longer time for questions. It is time for answers. The time of trial draws near, and it's coming quietly while the world looks elsewhere. We don't need new visions. We need open eyes. The saints spoke clearly. Saint Louis de Montfort wrote of apostles of the end times, men and women hidden from the world but full of fire, ready to defend the truth with their lives. Don Dolindo Ruotolo spoke of the return of Jesus in a time of great suffering, when everything would seem lost and only the faith of the little ones would sustain the Church. Padre Pio said that the devil has been unleashed with greater power because God has allowed him a short time, just like in the final pages of Revelation. Blessed Anne Catherine Emmerich saw two churches, one true, persecuted, filled with light, the other false, built by men, praised by the world, but without Christ. These aren't poetic images, they are descriptions of our time. And if the saints saw it from afar, we are walking through it now. The signs surround us, the battle is real, and you are called to choose your side. This is our time. What does it mean to live in the end times? It doesn't mean living in fear. It means being awake, being ready, not letting your heart fall asleep. Jesus said it clearly. Watch, for you do not know the day your Lord will come. We live in an age where good is mocked and evil is celebrated, where those who pray are seen as naive, where science wants to explain everything except the soul, where faith is seen as an opinion, not as truth. That's why witness is needed. Urgently, decisively. Because recognizing the signs is not enough. We must speak out, with courage, with faith. We cannot hide the truth that has been given to us. If we truly believe we are in the end times, then every word can be a seed, every gesture a wake-up call, every video like this a call to conscience. We are not spectators, we are witnesses, and witnesses speak, announce, prepare. Because those who stay silent today leave the world in the hands of darkness. What must we do? Convert, confess, receive the Eucharist, pray the Rosary daily, offer sacrifices for sinners, love our enemies, forgive, do not let hatred contaminate us. We must be light in the midst of darkness. We must be leaven, even if we are few. Mary never said evil would triumph. She said her heart would triumph, but that triumph comes through our response. What should we expect? Trials, confusion, betrayals, but also miracles, conversions, and signs from heaven. And in recent years, more and more signs have appeared in the skies. In Russia, on multiple occasions, glowing crosses have been photographed and filmed in the sky. Sudden apparitions among the clouds that left entire communities in awe. Some cried out, "Miracle!" Others mocked, but the faithful understood, those signs are just the beginning. Mary said a cross will appear in the sky. Everyone will see their soul as God sees it. That will be the warning, a moment of inner truth for every person everywhere. Then will come a great miracle. And if humanity does not respond, a chastisement. But in the end, a time of peace. Just as Mary promised, there is no time to waste. What are you waiting for? For the world to change on its own? For a clearer sign? For someone else to act first? Start today, not tomorrow. Prepare your heart, remove your masks, reconcile with God. If you're living in sin, return to the light. If you're confused, pray and read the gospel. If you're wounded, forgive. If you're afraid, look to Mary. She said, with prayer and fasting, you can even stop wars. So it's time to act. This is not theory, it's battle. Don't wait for others to change the world. Start with yourself. Your example can save a soul. Your sacrifice can win salvation for a sinner. Your prayer can convert a hardened heart. Your rosary can prevent a chastisement. Don't underestimate what you can do. Your life today can make the difference between light and darkness. We are in the end times, not because theologians say it, but because history says it, the saints say it, the Virgin Mary says it, and if she says it, it's not to frighten us, it's to prepare us, to save us. The decision is now. There's no more time for half measures. Share this message. Support this channel by subscribing. May God bless us all.